Welcome to an overview of our learning object, digital information literacy in the misinformation and post-truth era. Our agenda. So we'll be discussing the purpose of our learning object, our learning objectives, the rationale behind our design choice, our learning object reflection, and how we would redesign or improve our digital learning object. The purpose of our learning object. Our learning outcome is to have consumers of our website leave with a better understanding of how to be an ethical consumer of information and navigate their way online in the age of misinformation and post-truth. Fake news refers to news stories that are false. The story itself is fabricated with no verifiable facts, sources, or quotes. These stories can be propaganda that is intentionally designed to mislead the reader or may be designed as clickbait, written for economic incentives. We'll be exploring the impact that fake news can have and how to navigate news articles in the 21st century and post-truth era. Our learning objectives. So we wanted to create awareness on the issue of the creation of propaganda. We wanted to determine the impact that false or unverified information can have on society. We want our learners to recognize self-biases. Also, strategies to navigate in the world of fake news, so how to separate real from false. And lastly, to learn how to recognize new forms of propaganda in everyday life. So now we're going to watch a quick video of an overview of our website and why we decided on our design. To our website, digital information literacy in the misinformation and Welcome to our website, digital information literacy in the misinformation and post-truth era. So while brainstorming on ideas for this learning object, we found the biggest limit for design was skill set. We could create a video or website with our collective technological skills. So we went with a website for a few different reasons. So we could all collaborate on it with ease. It would be easily accessible by our peers as well as learners. We could more readily incorporate interactive design elements as outlined in Universal Instructional Design Theory. So our main page has our menu here, our different modules, digital information, fake news versus propaganda, analyzing self-bias, fighting fake news, and references. And the point of our project and our slogan is don't be quick to click. When navigating down, you come across a video. This is a quick introductory to our project. think before you click. So So on completion of the video, our learners can navigate downwards and they can see the options to share on Twitter, Facebook, Google, or throughout WordPress, and then also a nice quote talking about digital literacy. So clicking on our next module, we have fake news versus propaganda. So as we scroll down, we can see the information here about fake news and propaganda. So is fake news the same as propaganda? And here is all of our information cited and some GIFs to make it fun for the learner. And again, you can share it on Twitter, Facebook, Google, or you can like it as well. We'll then go into our next module, which is analyzing self-bias. So our menu is very easily navigatable as well. So do I have hidden bias? So this module talks about the hidden biases that you may have when viewing news. We have links here to websites and also a fun quiz. So you can log in and register, and this is called Project Implicit. Our last module is fighting fake news. And this talks about strategies that we can use to determine what's fake and what's real in the news. So again, we have some GIFs to make it fun for the learner. And this one is easily laid out with references as well. So do your research. So we'll just click back to the main page. This WordPress format is also available in mobile learning format and tablet, so it's able to go on different platforms. We're really talking about our universal instructional design here. So it's very accessible, so it's very easy to navigate, it's easy to read. As you can see, we use nice big font. It's straightforward and consistent. It follows our storyline and it has the same font and format used throughout. It's providing flexibility in use, participation, and presentation. So its format, it's flexible on all learning devices, mobile and tablet, and a quiz as well for learners to use. It's minimizing unnecessary physical effort of requirements, so it's very easy to navigate for all different types of users, so digital natives and novices. We also included images and GIFs to cater to all different types of demographics and different learning styles. And we ensured a learning space for that accommodates both students and instructional methods.
Our reflection. So we used WordPress to power our website. It's as free as in freedom. You can use it for any purpose and no one can suspend your website due to censorship or terms of service violation. You also have the freedom to customize WordPress to your needs without any restriction. So that was by Balky 2018. So you can use it to start a blog, make a small business website, create an online store, build a membership site, sell online courses, run a marketplace, and more. So first you have your visual editors, which is a WYSIWYG style editor, and then you have the text editor, which is a plain text editor where you can add formatting. So WordPress is not perfect. It does have some disadvantages that you may want to keep in mind when choosing the platform. So you are in charge of your website, so this means that you're also responsible for security, making backups, and installing updates.
It also doesn't come in with a full built-in drag and drop website builder. This is what we really had difficulty with. It takes some time for most beginners to get familiar with it and learn the basics. However, you can choose one of the popular drag and drop page builders plugins from WordPress. You do not need to learn coding to use WordPress. However, some basic knowledge of HTML and CSS will make things a lot easier. So some pros that we found when we were using the WordPress platform was that it was an easy setup. There was a free option that we didn't have to pay for. It had built-in themes, which we were able to use to lay out our website. And there was an option to include media, so we can include videos right in, GIFs, images, and our menu was easy to set up as well. Some cons of the WordPress were you had to pay for plugins, so we weren't able to put in any quizzes or polls or a learning community. And the price was actually quite steep. It was about $300 for a business plan. HTML coding was not a strong suit of any of our group members, so we did find it difficult to implement different fonts and to make the web page a little bit more unique. The fonts were not accessible, so the font choice was very limited and was not accessible according to accessibility standards. And while creating the website, pages had issues loading regularly, so the page would not upload, or you would save some content and then it wouldn't have saved in when you went back to check. So a redesign and improvement for next time. So making the website a little bit more interactive. We weren't able to put in any, quizzes or polls because you did have to subscribe to the business plan. This is something that we really wanted to implement, and we tried, but we could not figure it out. You had to have advanced HTML coding to do it without the plugin. We also would have created a discussion forum. Again, WordPress didn't provide this in its basic format, but this would include all learners and create a learning community. Also working on graphic design. So this is something that our group members, we did have limited skill in. So having the opportunity to work on this learning object was a lot of fun, and we were able to work on our graphic design skills, but we still have a lot of improvement and want to keep on exploring graphic design. Also implementing audio onto the website. So that was an idea that we had suggested to implement audio so it is accessible for someone who perhaps may be hard of hearing, and that would be something to do in the future. Also trying some new platforms. So we did discuss maybe doing an app next time, or a different website platform, one that maybe was a little bit easier to use, such as Wix, which is more of a drag and drop kind of website, and Web Builder. And here are our references. And that is an overview of our learning object. Thank you so much for listening, and we had a great time creating it.